Brilliant. Okay, so we're starting on the mat, feet together, turning toes up, followed by heels. So looking down at your feet, making sure they're tracking straight and parallel to each other. Soft through the knees, hips facing forward, shoulders round and down, and ears over the shoulders. Placing the hands on the hips, and we're just going to rock that pelvis forward, flattening through the lumbar spine and back and arching through the lumbar spine. Good, one more time, rocking that pelvis forward and back and finding the halfway point between the two, nice neutral spine position. Placing the hands over the rib cage and drawing the shoulders down the back. Nice deep breath in through the nose, feel the rib cage expanding, and out through the mouth. One more time. Nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth again. So while we continue with the deep lateral breathing, I want you to imagine that belt around your waist, drawing the sides towards each other and pulling the belly button back towards the spine. And at the same time, feel those pelvic floor muscles like a lift coming up. 1, 2, 3. So tightness through the whole abdominal core region, but you can keep with that deep lateral breathing. Relaxing the arms down by your side. I'm going to start with some forward shoulder rolls. Nice big rolls. Releasing any tension in those shoulders. One more time, forward, and then we're going to reverse up to the ears, over the mountain, and down the other side. Squeezing those shoulder blades together at the back. One more time, and then we're going to slide those shoulder blades down the back. Arms are hanging by the side. We're going to float the arms out to the side, locking the shoulders down behind the back as we reach the hands to the ceiling. On the out breath, push the air away as you bring the arms back down. In breath again, drawing those shoulders down the back as we reach up to the ceiling. We're going to reach that right arm up. Feel that stretch through that right side and slide the shoulder blade down the back, reaching that left arm up. And slide the shoulder blade down the back. We're bringing the arms back to shoulder height. Bend the elbows, palms to the ceiling. Place the hands behind the head and interlock the fingers. Shrug the shoulders up to your ears. Draw the shoulder blades down the back, and we're going to squeeze those shoulder blades together at the back. So trying to draw those elbows together behind you. Unlock the fingers, keeping the palms facing away from you. We're going to bring the arms down but behind the body. Good. So you're stretching out through the front of the chest. One more time, floating the elbows up to shoulder height. Bend the elbows, place the hands behind the head. Shrug those shoulders up to your ears, drawing the shoulder blades down the back. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Unlock the fingers, bring the hands behind the body. Then we're going to interlock the fingers, turn them inside out, squeezing those shoulder blades together and lift the hands up away from the glutes. Just breathing through that stretch. Good. And then relax the arms and shake them off. Morning, Mom. I'm just going to...
Oh, hi. Sorry, darling.
Okay, I'll pop you on mute.
Huh?
I'm popping you on mute. Okay, so we're going to just stretch out the neck. So we're going to drop left ear to left shoulder, drawing the right arm down the back. And then we're going to drop the chin towards the chest, trying not to tip forward with the upper body. Keep the upper body back. So you rub the chin along the chest, ending up with the right ear over the right shoulder. Good. One more time. Chin to chest. Just slowly feeling that those stretches through the back of the neck. Take your time. Ending left ear over left shoulder. We're going to place the right arm behind the back now. Left hand over the head and just gently increasing that stretch. Try not to let the right shoulder follow that ear. Keep it down. Bring the head up to the center. We're going to change sides. So right ear to right shoulder, left arm behind the back. And again, just gently increasing that stretch. Good. And coming back to the center again. So keeping the knees soft, we're going to go into the roll down. So scooping belly button to spine. We're going to drop chin to chest and then slowly peeling that vertebra off the imaginary wall behind you. Take your time. Head hanging, arms hanging, all the way down to your toes. Nice deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're scooping belly button to spine. We're rounding back up, stacking that spine. Come up to standing, roll the shoulders back, arms up towards the ceiling. We're going back into the roll down. Keep the knees soft, chin to chest. Rounding down, take time through the lumbar spine. Let the arms just hang then like a rag doll. Crown of the head weighting you down all the way to your toes, either hooking the fingers under the toes or place the palms flat on the floor, straining through the left knee for 4, 3, 2, 1, and soften. Straighten through the right knee for 4, 3, 2, 1, and soften. Straightening through both knees, head hanging, drawing the shoulders down the back. Try and let the crown of the head drop towards the floor a bit more. And then we're softening through the knees, scoop the belly button to spine. We're rounding back up, stacking the spine, roll the shoulders back and coming up to standing. Excellent. So we're grabbing our weights now. Palms facing away from you, just thinking about your neutral spine position, really engaging those core muscles. We're going to start with the elbows tucked in, palms towards the ceiling, holding the hands in front of you. Into the dumb waiter, so keeping those elbows squeezed in. We're going to slide those shoulder blades together at the back and close. Good. So for 9, and squeeze back together. For 8, and close. What we're doing is working those muscles between the shoulder blades, which helps, of course, with the posture to keep those shoulder blades back. Good. And for 5, and close. Good. For 4, and close. 3, and close. Good. 2 more. And close. Last one now. Slide those shoulder blades together. Close back up and relax the arms front of the thigh, palms facing away into the bicep curl. Good. For 15 and lower. 14 and 13. Squeeze those elbows into your side to engage the triceps. Good. 11 and lower. Good. 10 and 9 and lower. Good. Remember, controlling the lowering as much as you do the lifting. For 7 and 6. For 5 and 4. Good. For 3 and 2. Last one. Good. And give those arms a bit of a shake off. We're going to lift the arms straight out in front of us. So palms facing towards the front of the thigh. Take the arms straight out and lower. Good. For 14. Remember, keeping that neutral spine, core engaged. For 11 and 10, shoulders locked down the back. For 9 and 8. Now, if you've got light weights, we're going to start pulsing, so holding and pulse. If the weights are heavy, just keep lifting and lowering. 3, 2, 1, and lower. Good. Arm out breath, bring them up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Good. 2 more sets of the 5 reps. 5, 4, 2, 1, and lower. Keep those shoulders locked down your back. Last one for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. Good. Give those arms a shrug off, keeping the palms facing towards the thigh. We're going to do that upright row. So weights to the front of the shoulders, elbows lifted. For 14, push away. 13, and push away. 12, and 11, keeping the shoulders down, elbows high. 10, and 9, good. For 8, push away. 7, and push away, good. For 6, good. Make sure the shoulders aren't being lifted. You want to feel as you lift the arms, the shoulders drawing down the back. For 4, push away. 3, and 2. Last one now. And push away. Brilliant. We're bringing the arms out to the side and lower. Good. Remember, you can bend those elbows if it feels too much for you. Good. And out and lower. Good. And lower. Last one, and then we're going to start with circles if you haven't got heavy weights. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. We're going to circle opposite direction. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Good. Opposite direction again. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Good. Last one. Arms up. Opposite direction. 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Oh, that's a killer. Good. Shrug those arms off. You're doing great. We're going to do the tricep kick back. So remember, trying to keep the ears back over the shoulders. Hands in front, elbows behind the body, and we're reaching back and up for 15 and 14. Remember, the elbows don't move. They stay behind the body. 11 and 10. Now again, if you haven't got heavy weights, we're going to pulse it. Back and pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and forward. Good. We're going to reach it back. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and forward. Good. 2 more sets of the pulsing. Back. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and forward. Good. Last one. Reaching back and up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and forward. Good. Again, give those arms a bit of a relax. So last one now is the glasses of water we're holding in front of us. Lift the elbows up and pour the glasses down the sink. Good. For 14 and close. Again, the focus is shoulders down, elbows up. 11 and 10. Good. For 9. If you want to work harder, have those elbows just in front of the body. And 7. For 6. And 5. Good. For 4. And 3. Good. 2 more. And last one. Good. And relax the arms down. Good. So we're going to place the weights down. Circle those arms around a couple of times in each direction. Brilliant. We're going to come to sitting on your balls now. Feet slightly wider than hip width apart. I'm going to bring my camera down a bit. Good. crown of the head up towards the ceiling. So we're going to go into the side bend now when you're ready. Right hand goes down the ball, left hand over the top. Keep the ball centered, don't let the ball move. And centering back up, we're going to change sides. So left hand down, reach the right arm over the top. Good. We're going to change sides, but this time we're going to let the ball slide away. So as we bring the left arm over, we're going to slide the ball over to the left. That should just mean you're getting a bit more of a stretch into that lower back or top of the pelvis there. And center. Reaching the right arm over, slide the ball to the right. Good. Center back up. Keep both arms now up towards the ceiling, shoulders down the back. We're going to bring the left hand, so turning to the left hand comes to the right side of the ball, right hand to the outside of the knee, crown to the ceiling. Now use your arms to rotate to the back of the room. Feeling that stretch through the rotational stretch through the spine. Good. In breath, both arms up to the ceiling, and we're changing direction. So bring the right hand over to the left side, hook onto the knee, crown of the head to the ceiling, and rotating through the body. Good. One more time to each side. Both arms up to the ceiling, to the left. And again, use your hands to pull on the ball and push on the knee to get that rotation. Last one here, arms to the ceiling, we're turning to the right, rotation round. Good, arms to the ceiling and then relaxing them down. Brilliant. So we're going to come down to lying on the ball now. So sitting on the ball, we're going to C-curve that lumbar spine and start to walk forward. So make sure you're right at the back of the mat, because when you come to lying on the ball, you want to make sure your feet are still stable. Not so bad if you're on a carpeted floor, but if you're on a hard surface, it can be a bit skiddy. So make sure your feet are on the floor. Knees and feet are hip width apart. Lift those hips up, so we don't want to be collapsing the waist there. Keep those hips lifted, glutes engaged, and make sure your head is comfortably sitting on the ball, not hanging over the back. Good. We're going to reach the right and left arm up to the ceiling, palms facing each other. On the in-breath, we're going to float the arms out to the side. Good. Lee, you're right. Have you got a ball there? Can't hear you. Just feel the stretch through the front of the pecs. Just to say, if you can hear me, Lee, if you haven't got a ball, obviously just do it on the mat. And floating the arms back up to the ceiling again. Good. On the in-breath, we're floating the arms out to the side, back of the hands down towards the floor. Remember, keeping those hips lifted. We should be feeling those glutes working a bit here. And back up to the ceiling again. Palms facing away from you. We're going to go right arm up above the head, left hand down towards your feet. Keep the hands towards the floor as we've circled those arms all the way round. And back up to the ceiling again. This time we're going to go left arm up, right arm down, circle all the way, and back up to the ceiling again. We're going to go double arms now. We're going to bring them forward, down towards your feet, circle all the way round, up above the head, and back up to the ceiling. Remember, squeeze those glutes a bit more. We're going to come up over the head. Keep the rib cage down. Circle them round. Trying to drag them on the floor. Back up to the ceiling again. Good. We're going to place the hands onto the front of the thigh. Chin to chest. We're going to walk back on the ball a bit. Now, we want the ball to be sitting into our lumbar spine. Here we're going into some sit-ups. But if you want to work harder, come up higher on the ball. So higher, you're working harder. If you want to protect that lumbar spine a bit more, have the ball sitting into the lower back. Hands behind the head. On the in-breath, we're going to lower the head back down. On the out-breath, draw the belly button to spine as we squeeze back up into the curl-up. Good. We're going for 10. So in-breath to lower. Out-breath, draw that belly button to spine. And lower. Good. For 8. And lower. Now remember, keep the elbows wide behind the head. We don't want to be pulling the head up. So don't let those elbows creep towards each other. For 7. And lower. For 6. Draw the belly button to spine. And lower. For 5. And lower. Good. 4 more. Good. If you don't feel like you're working, remember, come up onto the ball a bit more. For 3. And of course, if you feel like you're struggling, drop a little bit lower. For 2. Last one here. We're curling up. Stay lifted this last time. And then we're going to drop the glutes down to the floor. Come to sitting on the floor. And we'll just take the ball to the side. And legs straight out in front of you. Good job. Feeling that a bit? Good. Okay. So legs out in the V. Remember, you want to feel a bit of a pull through that inner thigh. If you're struggling to get nice and tall through the back, remember, just pop yourself onto a pillow or cushion. Or you can, of course, do it on the ball if you want to. We're taking the arms out to the side, crown of the head up to the ceiling. We're turning to the left. The right hand is going to come to the outside of the little toe, palm down at the back, and we're sawing for 3, 2, 1. Come back up to sitting and center. Good. Turning to the right. Little hand to the outside of the toe for 3, 2, 1. Stack and center. This time we're going to look at the back hand. So we're turning to the left. Look at your back hand and you're sawing for 3, 2, 1. Stack and center. Good. We're turning to the right. Look at the back hand and we're sawing for 3, 2, 1. Stack and center back up. Brilliant. Relax the arms down. We're going to grab those balls. I'm going to do it on the angle. So ball in front of, in the center of the V. Crown of the head to the ceiling. We're hinging from the hips. We're walking that ball forward. Good. Try and drop the head down between the arms. Breathing through the stretch. Then we're going to take the ball on its side, holding the sides of the ball rather than on the top. Roll the ball over your right foot. Look up underneath your left arm at the ceiling. Good. We're going to roll the ball across the front. Keep the arms to the sides of the ball because you want to try and take your chest towards the floor. Rolling the ball over the left foot. Look up underneath that right arm. Brilliant. One more time to each side. Roll the ball across the front. See if you can get the chest a little bit lower down towards the floor. Look up underneath that left arm up to the ceiling. Nice deep breath out. And we're going to roll it across the center. Last time now. Lifting it over your left foot. Look up underneath the right arm to the ceiling. Coming back to the center now. And then draw our chin to the chest. We're going to round back up and stacking that spine. Excellent. So again, we're just going to pop the balls to the side for a second. We will need them in a bit, but I'm just moving them out of the way. We're going to come onto all fours. Wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And we're just going to just articulate through the spine. So just working with the cat stretch. So on the in-breath, we're rounding thoracic back up towards the ceiling. Draw the shoulders down away from the spine. On the out-breath, we lengthen tail and crown. Draw the belly button spine again as we come, as we take the eyes to the ceiling into the back extension. Brilliant. In-breath, rounding thoracic back to the ceiling. On the out-breath, lengthen tail and crown into that back extension. Just holding that back extension for a breath. We're just going to flex off one more time now. So on the in-breath, we're rounding thoracic back up to the ceiling, coming back to your neutral spine position. Good. Into the hip drops. So we're dropping both hips to the right. Look over your left shoulder at your heels. Good. In breath to center. On the out breath, dropping both hips to the left. Looking over your right shoulder at your feet. And center one more time to each side. See if you can drop those hips a little bit more. Of course, you can come onto your forearms if this is too uncomfortable on your wrists. In breath to center. And last one, we're going to drop both hips to the left, looking over your right shoulder at your feet. And center back up. And we're going to calf stretch. So again, if the wrists are sore, come on the forearms. Slide the left leg back. Drop that left hip down. Push back through the hands. We're taking the heels to the floor there. Good. And we're holding that for 10, 9, 8. Keep the pressure on. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sliding that left knee in. Good, we're sliding the right leg back. Tuck that right toe underneath you. Push back through the hands, heel to the floor. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slide that right knee. And we're going to sit back on our heels. Head down to the mat, walking the hands round to the left. Keep the weight down on or towards the heels. Reach that right hand away from you to get a lovely stretch through the right side. If you're not feeling anything, bring the arms round to the left a bit more, back to the center. And then we're going to walk the hands round to the right. Reaching that left arm away from you, weight towards the left heel, back to the center again, and we're going to round back up, stacking that spine. Good. So bringing the legs out in front of you, coming to the front of the mat, so you've got the mat rolling away behind you, the knees are bent, feet hip width apart. We're just going to roll down to the floor, so arms in front of you, shoulders down the back. On the in-breath, drawing the belly button to spine. We're C-curving that back, but remember to stay relaxed and open through the chest as we come down. Lumbar, thoracic. Take the head down, reach the arms over the top. Lengthen the legs away from you. Feet are in flexion. Just having a little think where that where that spine is. Don't change it. Just think where that spine is on the floor. I'm going to reach that left hand back at the same time lengthening that left heel away from you. And relax it back down. Good. We're reaching the right arm, right leg away. And relax. One more time to each side. Left arm, left leg, reaching back and forward and relax. And the right side, lengthen the leg away, reach the arm back and relax. And just see now if that lower back has just relaxed a little bit more down into the mat. So we're going to bend the knees. Knees and feet are hip width apart, relaxing the arms down by your side. Just finding the neutral spine. So on the in-breath, we're going to roll the pelvis forward, arching, so the lumbar spine is going to come off the mat, chin up towards the ceiling. On our breath, we're flattening through the lumbar spine. At the same time, we're drawing the chin towards the chest and lengthening through the back of the neck. Deep breath in, drawing the belly button to spine. On the out breath, we're going to come up into our shoulder bridge position. So we're peeling the pelvis and then the vertebra one at a time as we're coming up into the shoulder bridge position. Now we want to feel that we're lifting those hips up as high as we can, but at the same time the rib cage is staying down. So you can really feel those glutes starting to fire a bit. Check there's no tension in the neck and shoulders, and we're going to come back down one vertebra at a time, keeping that pelvis curled up until the end. Good. One more time. Deep breath in as you breathe out, squeezing the glutes, pushing forward through the fronts of the thighs. Bring those hips up as high as you can. Drop that rib cage down. From here, we're going to drop our glutes 2 centimeters down and squeeze and lift them back up. Good. For 9, we're going to drop and lift. 8 and lift. 7. Should be feeling it in those glutes. If not, you want to just drop them a little bit lower and lift a bit higher. Good. Just make sure that rib cage is staying down. We're going for 3. And lift, 2, and lift, last one, and lift, and then we're coming back down, one vertebra at a time, keeping that pelvis curled up until the end. We're doing it one more time. So in breath to prepare, draw the belly button to spine. On the out breath, we're peeling that pelvis up. One vertebra at a time as we come up into the shoulder bridge, hips lifted, rib cage down. Slightly different one now. We're going to open the knees to the side. Try not to roll on your feet and close the knees back up. Good. At all times, the hips are staying centered and lifted. Good. So for open and close the knees together. Good. For 7 and close. 6 and close. 5, you should feel those glutes working. If not, lift the hips a bit higher, drop the ribs down. For 3 and 2, last one. Good. Center those knees back up at hip width, and we're coming back down one vertebra at a time, keeping that pelvis curled up until the end. We're going to hug those knees into your chest, rock from side to side. Good job. Good. And then we can take those knees shoulder width apart. We're just opening up the pelvis here. Just increase that rocking a little bit more. From side to side, and really just opening up through that back. Perfect. Okay, so closing the knees and feet together. So arms to the side, palms to the ceiling. Again, controlling the movement through the core. On the out breath, keeping the feet stacked. We're going to take both knees down to the right, head goes to the left. If the knees aren't touching the floor, just have a couple of breaths where you're just trying to relax through the back to let those knees drop down to the floor. And then we're going to lengthen that left leg over the right knee, toe towards the floor, bringing that left foot up towards your right hand. Good. And again, if your toes on the floor, you're still not feeling much of a stretch, just take the toe to the ceiling and the heel to the floor. Good. Breathing through that. And then we're stacking knees and ankles. Take the lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up. Good. On the out breath, both knees over to the left. The head goes to the right. Again, just breathe through it if the knees aren't coming down onto the floor. And then when you're ready, we're going to lengthen that right leg over the left knee, toe towards the floor, bringing it up towards the left hand. And then if you want to increase it, you're going to take toe to the ceiling, heel to the floor. Again, breathing through that stretch. And then we're going to stack knees and ankles, take the lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up. So we're going to float the left leg up into tabletop now. Again, using those core muscles, engage those core muscles. We're going to take both knees over to the right, but remember, keep a slight hands width apart between the two legs, and head goes to the left. We're not letting the knees just flop. We're controlling the movement. Take the lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up. We're changing legs. So right leg up into tabletop. Again, controlling the movement. Both legs down to the left. And the head going to the right. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, take the lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up. Now, if you feel you can, we're going to take both legs up into tabletop. If it feels too strong, go back to single legs. I'm controlling it again. We're going to take both legs to the right, head goes to the left. Control every movement down. Good. Keep the knees hovering off the floor. And as we breathe out, we're going to take the lumbar spine to the mat to center back up again. Good. On the out breath, we're going to take both knees over to the left. Head goes to the right. Controlling the movement. On the out breath, take the lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up. One more time to each side. Nice and slow. Control it. Feel those core muscles working. Take the lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up. Last time now, over to the left. Head goes to the right. And center back up. Take the lumbar spine to the mat. We're going to hug the left knee to the chest. Lengthen the right leg away on the floor. Flexion through the right foot. Again, hugging that knee in. If you're very flexible, you can, of course, have a straighter leg. Maybe hook behind the knee just so you get a bit more of a stretch there. Good. And we're going to change legs now. So bring the right knee up. Lengthen the left leg away. Flexion through the left foot. Draw that right knee up. Good. And then we're going to take both feet back down to the mat. So from there, we're going to come up into our single leg stretch. So one leg and then the other leg up into tabletop. Just to remind you of the variations. We're going to come up from the breastbone, tap the knee of the bent knee and lengthen the other one away. If you have neck issues, support your head, but remember to keep those elbows wide, or you can keep your head down. But the most important thing to work on here is obviously protect the neck, but keep that back locked into the floor, okay? So when you're ready, we're going to float left and right leg into tabletop. Come up from the breastbone, looking through the knees. We're going to lengthen the right leg, tap the left knee. Good. And change. So the slower the better. We're doing 8 to each side. 2. So for 3 and 3. Remember, if you need to support your neck, do so for 4. And 5, lock that back down into the mat for 6, and 6, for 7, and 7, last one for 8, and 8, hug those knees in, rock from side to side. Just have a little look, keep going with stretching out. I'm not asking you to do this, I'm just showing you. We're going into the crisscross, so right rib to left hip, center, and change. So we're not swinging from side to side. We're going one side, center, and change. If you have neck issues, you can just roll onto the side of the elbow so you're not pulling that head up. Okay? If we're all happy, legs into tabletop, come up from the breastbone if you can. We're lengthening the right leg away, right rib to left hip, and center. We're going to the left. Good. We've got 7 more. Take your time. And center. Keep that core engaged. And 6. We're working our side muscles here. So those are the muscles which we should be feeling for 5. And 5. And remember, it's rib to hip, not elbow to knee. 4, and 4, 3 more. You can do it for 3, and 3, 2 more for 2, and 2. Last ones for 1, and 1. Excellent. Hug those knees in. Well done, everyone. Rock from side to side. And we're just going to stretch off a little bit our glute piriformis muscle. So when you've had a nice stretch, I would say stretch, loosen off that back. I'm going to take the feet to the mat, place the right ankle onto the left knee. Remember, if you can't pull that left leg up, use your ball for this one. Have the ball underneath that left leg, but make sure that you're keeping that left knee bent. Otherwise, we're going to pull that left knee up towards your chest, and then we're going to roll ever so slightly onto the left side. Good, just increasing that stretch slightly. Think of chin towards the chest, relaxing the shoulders down. Nice deep breath in and out. Good, we're center back up. We're going to change legs here. So left ankle onto right knee. Draw that right knee up towards your chest. We're going to roll slightly to the right side now. Just lifting that left side slightly. Relaxing the shoulders down the back. Good. Nice deep breaths in and out. Keep the pressure on. Good. And we're centering back up again. Take both feet down towards the floor. Arms relaxed down by your side. We're going to slide the left leg away from you, bringing the right arm up above the head, pointing through the left toe. We're going to take the leg up to the ceiling, come up from the breastbone, take hold of that calf, draw the leg towards your nose, keeping the shoulders down the back. And then we're going to keep hold of the leg, to lower the head back down to the mat so you're increasing that stretch. Keep the shoulders sliding down your back, soft elbows, and we're going to start to point and flex through the foot. Point and flex. Good. 3 more times. Point and flex. Point and flex. Last one. Point and flex. We're lowering that left leg to the floor. Bring the right arm over the top. and center back up again. Good. Sliding the right leg away, left arm comes over the top, pointing through the toe. Take the leg up to the ceiling, come up from the breastbone, taking hold of that calf. Shoulders down the back, elbows soft. Bring the leg towards your nose. Good. And then we're going to lower the head back down, increasing that stretch. Again, sliding the shoulders down your back. And we're going to start to point and flex through the foot. Point and flex. 3 more times. Point and flex. 2 more and flex. Last one. Point and flex. We're going to lower the leg to the floor, bring the right arm over the top and bring everything back to the center again. Perfect. So we're going to come into our plank position, but this time you have a choice. You can either come into the side plank. I'm going to talk through the side plank. Otherwise, you can do the front plank. And remember, if you find that really hard, come into your plank and then drop your knees down, but don't come back over your heels. Keep the body long. And then I'll talk through the side plank option with long legs. We're going to hold it for 10 seconds. So we're coming into our plank position for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last feed through if you're in the side plank. If you're doing the front, either way, we're going to come onto our knees, sit back. Jane, obviously, if you just drop down over long legs for this one, sorry. Moving you about, stretch off through your back. Good. We're going to do one more plank for 10 seconds. If you're doing the side one, we're going to change sides. Good. So basically, we're going to go for about 10 seconds. But if you want to hold it a bit longer, by all means, stay up there. But we're probably not going to do more than 20. So up into your plank position. If you're doing the side one, we're going to feed it through for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. If you had enough, you're going to come back, sit back on your heels again. If you want to hold it for a bit longer, that's fine. Just stretch off through that back. Head down to the mat. Good. Brilliant. Okay, so rounding back up, we're going to grab our big balls again. Coming up onto our knees. We're going to lie over the balls, so the feet are on the mat, nice and wide, towards the edges of the mat. Keep the knees soft. The hands are going to be diamond shapes on the front of the ball. So you want to be quite controlling the ball through your legs here, okay? Because we're keeping the upper body away from the ball. Just drop the nose down between the diamond shape. On the out breath, keep the hands down. We're going to slide the shoulders down the back, lifting up through the chest, eyes towards the front of the mat, unless you want to have a quick look and see what we're doing. And then remember, keep the front of the hips lifted away from the ball. Good. So into that lovely back extension and lower back down again. Good. One more time. On the out breath, think of lengthening through the back of the neck. Draw the shoulders down. Lift the front of the hips away. Imagine there's a pin on the ball and you're lifting your belly button away from the pin, and we'll lower back down. Now this time we're going to bring the hands up with us. So we're going to come up into the W arm. So hands either side of the shoulders, squeeze those shoulder blades together and lower back down. Good. On the out breath, come up. Catherine, take your legs a bit wider. That's it. Bend your knees a little bit. See if that helps. Okay. I'm just going to finish the one you're on, and then we're going to come back down again. We're going to progress it slightly. So we're going to come up into the W, bring the front of the hips up away from the mat. We're going to sweep the arms out. So we're doing the second part of the breaststroke. Sweep the arms back and then back to W and lower back down again. Good. One more time. On the out breath, we're coming up to the W. Sweep the arms out to the side and back. Good. Back to W and lower back down again. Brilliant. So we're going to walk forward on the ball. I'm going to bring it back a bit because otherwise I'm going to be too far away. We're going to keep the feet down, but this time I'm going to have the hands down on the floor. Okay, so the feet are still able to get to the floor, but the hands are down as well. We're going to lift that belly button away from the ball. So it's almost like your tummy isn't really even touching that ball. We're going to lift the belly button up. We're going to point through the left toe, reach the left leg back and up, bend the knee, flex the foot, take the foot up to the ceiling, keep it lifted as you lengthen the leg away and lower back down. Good. We're pointing through the right toe, lift that right leg up, bend the knee, flex the foot, lift the foot to the ceiling, keep it lifted as you lengthen the leg away and lower back down. Good. One more time to each side, pointing through the left toe, reach it back, flex, bend the knee, flex, lift the foot to the ceiling, lengthen the leg away and lower. What we should be feeling here is our glutes, so don't forget to keep your belly button lifted. Take the leg up, bend the knee, flex the foot to the ceiling, lengthen the leg away as we lower back down. We're going to do double legs now, so I'm going to come forward slightly more on the ball. Again, both feet are just touching the floor, and we're going to take both legs straight out behind you. Bend the knees, flex the feet, both feet up to the ceiling. Keep your neutral spine. Lengthen the legs away, keeping them lifted and lower back down. Excellent. Watch you don't lose your neutral spine. The best thing to think about is keeping that belly button lifted away from the ball. That will keep you in your neutral spine position. Both legs are coming up. Bend the knees, flex the feet, take the legs to the ceiling, lengthen them away, and we're going to hold it here, heels towards each other, toes out. We're going to open the legs out and close the heels together, but keep the legs lifted for 8, 7, good, 6, keep trying to lift those legs up, for 4 and 3, good, 2 more, last one here. Brilliant. Take the feet back down. We're going to give that ball a hug. Good. Just rounding off through the back, over that ball. Excellent work. Okay, we're coming back onto our knees. Jane, you'll see where we're going here, and you'll probably be able to pop yourself straight into that position. So we're going to bring the knee to the left side of your ball, right to the front. Give the ball a hug, and you're sliding that right leg back. So we're not actually coming up onto the foot at the moment. We're just sliding that right leg back, driving the right hip down towards the floor. We're then going to tuck that right toe underneath us and straighten through the back leg. And then if you want to come up through the front, obviously use your ball, coming up through the front, and we're driving that right hip down towards the floor. Good. And again, use the ball to help you here. We're going to bend the back knee, straighten through the front. And then if you want to, you can bring one hand down and take the chest down over that straighten. So the front leg is straight, the back knee's bent slightly. Okay, you can of course come down onto your knee if you want to with that back leg. And just drop down over that left leg. Good. 4, 3, which is probably easier actually with balance. So, if you want to bring that back leg down, knee to the floor, drop down over that left. Good. We're going to come back up. We're going to change sides. So right foot, right knee in front of the ball. Give the ball a hug, and you're going to slide that left leg back. Keep the top of the foot on the floor though for the moment. Driving that left hip down. Tuck that back toe underneath you. Straighten through the back leg. And then again, if you want to lift up through your torso, driving that left hip down towards the floor. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the left knee back down to the floor. Place the top of the foot on the floor. Straighten through the right leg and just drop that chest down over the right knee. So bring the hand down to the floor. Bring your right hand down to the floor to just support you. Good. And just breathing through that stretch. 4, 3, 2, 1. We can actually just slide our balls to the side. Coming onto our knees, hands to the floor. And we're going to tuck the toes underneath us, pushing up into the downward dog. Feet to the floor. Take the head through to the knees. Just hold this for a nice deep breath in and out. And then we're going to soften through the knees. Walk the hands back towards your feet. On the out breath, we're going to round back up, stacking that spine. Roll the shoulders back. Excellent work, everyone. All okay? Good job.